What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Hello. What's up? It's the Sabbath. Y'all know what time it is? It is the Sabbath day. The day of the Lord. The day of rest. The day that the Lord will bash your brains out if you pick a stick up home. Welcome in. Welcome to the live. We've been on for almost 1 minute, so we're killing it today. Just, jumping on again, just doing another little shorter session today. Short for us is like an hour and a half. So, feeling up to it this morning, feeling good, feeling strong, and my convictions that, unaliving people for picking up a stick was beyond evil. So I'm here to tell the story. But yeah, we're just gonna rip out a little small one today. Just talk to a couple folks maybe, and I think Mama Bash is live, so got some entertainment out there right now. But I was feeling it this morning. I figured we'd go on and jump on here and talk to a few folks if we could. Maybe get some good conversations. We've been a bit lacking in those lately. You know what I'm saying, man? Just a little bit. Let's see here. Maybe we got a guest already. Let's go and bring them up. I'll keep my one here. Jazzy,
Yeah. I just had a question for you.
Sure, you over 18 now?
Yeah, I am. I'm 19.
Awesome. Are you one of the Christians or Israelites?
I'm a Christian. But I just I didn't really want to argue about anything, but I just kind of had a question for you to kind of understand, where, you know. But you said one God is unjust. You mean the God of the Bible, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and why do you believe he's unjust? Are there certain
Because he does
standards?
unjust things like punishing people for other people's crimes. The punishment's not fitting the crime. There's all kinds of cases you can make that God is unjust.
Okay.
And they're all legitimate.
Okay.
Like, just for example, in 2 Samuel chapter 12, when David commits adultery with Bathsheba and unalives her husband, God personally foregoes David's sin. But he says the baby born to you has to go. So God unalives the baby personally and has 10 of David's wives raped. And they didn't have nothing to do with this crime.
I've heard that story, yeah. Okay.
That's just one of them.
And so do you feel like that so that God is changing then? Because I know it says that he's, unchanging. So then do you feel like he does change in the Old Testament and the New Testament? Do you think he's different or?
Yeah, he has to be changing because he's learning things in the Old Testament and he's regretting things and he's also changing his mind. So he does change in real time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I just had those questions.
Yeah, no problem. The kids are hollering there. Might not be good for the live. Anyway, got another one here too. Let's see. Are you hey, you immediately take up. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. What's up, buddy? Are you
Nah.
over 18?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You're over 18?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Don't remind me.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Me. So are you a Christian or a Hebrew?
I am a Christian. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So which one of these topics you want to talk
Well,
about?
I mean, first and foremost, the prophecies. I mean, most scholars believe in he fulfills 300 of the 300 different Old Testament prophecies. But I mean, born in Bethlehem.
Scholars don't think that. That's just like a list.
Born in Bethlehem and born of a virgin. There's 2.
Okay. You want to talk about those?
Please.
Yeah, I'll show you why he doesn't fulfill those. Let me go to.
So he wasn't born of a virgin.
No, there's not even a prophecy about that.
Yes, there is.
No, I'll show you. Don't worry.
Please do.
Don't worry. I'm gonna explain myself.
But
All right.
there's so many others that you can talk about. But those are the two main ones. I
Well,
mean, that
we
I'm
can,
looking
we
at
can
like,
talk
okay,
about every single one of them if you
please.
want. But let's start with the first two you brought up. Okay,
Awesome.
so here's the one. This is from Micah 5. This is the one about being born in Bethlehem, right?
Sure.
This is from Micah 5:2. And it says, "But you, O Bethlehem of Ephrathah, who are one of the little clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to rule in Israel, whose origin is from old and from ancient days." So that didn't call Bethlehem a town. It just called Bethlehem a clan.
Okay, but he was still born in Bethlehem, whether it's a
Okay,
town
but
or a
that
clan.
doesn't say the town Bethlehem's a town. This says Bethlehem of Ephrathah, which is the ancient line of Judah.
Okay.
This is saying you will come from the clan of Judah, not from the town
I
of
mean,
Bethlehem.
the fact that you're taking Bethlehem as a clan other than a town and using that to discredit.
Well, it says it's a clan.
Okay, where in the prophecy does it say that that Bethlehem has to be a town rather than a clan?
It doesn't say that. I just
Okay,
read it
then.
to you. I'm
Okay,
literally
then.
reading it right now. It says,
That's
"But
fine.
you,
Yeah.
O Bethlehem of Ephrathah, who are one of the little clans of Judah." It says it's a little clan of Judah.
Sure. Okay. I don't understand the point you're trying to make here.
That it doesn't say town. It says clan. It's talking about an ancient line of David, not the town of Bethlehem.
Yes, which he also
This is
comes
talking
from.
about Bethlehem of
Okay.
Ephrathah.
Okay. So he was born in Bethlehem of Ephrathah.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't
So
say Bethlehem is a town. It says it's a clan. You have to be born from the clan of Judah. This is resounded all through the Old Testament.
okay. So he was born to the clan of Bethlehem, not the town.
I don't even think he was born to the clan of Judah, but
And
I'm
so
just
you're
showing
saying
you this
you're
prophecy
saying
isn't
that
what the New Testament says it is.
he was born to Bethlehem, the clan. I mean, the minuscule
Well,
difference
this is the
there is
prophecy
crazy.
about that.
Uh-huh.
Well, is a clan a town?
Most of them, yeah, especially back in the day. Like when you look at ancient
Nobody ever called clans
places.
towns, not once.
Brother, I mean, when you look at, we can go back as early as Scotland. Most towns were named after the clan. I mean, that's just how history works. Like, most
This ain't
towns
about
were
Scotland.
named after the clan. Anyways, the virgin birth. He was born a virgin.
Okay.
Got
Okay, perfect. So will you concede on that one? It doesn't say town, it says clan.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
So you concede on that one, it doesn't say town, it says clan.
No, I mean, listen, dude. If you're gonna nitpick over town and clan to
Well, these are
that's just
prophecies that
an
supposedly Jesus
insane thing.
fulfilled, so I feel like they should be nitpicked because this is
Okay.
pretty important stuff.
Okay, so you want me to concede on the fact that Jesus was born of the clan Bethlehem, not the town? Like,
I
and
don't
now,
think he was born to either. I'm just showing you
where do you
that
think?
there
Where
is
do you
not
think
a
he was
prophecy
born?
in Micah 5 about being born in a town of Bethlehem. That's not what the prophecy is about.
So
It's
where
talking
do
about
you
the line of
think?
David.
Where do you think he was born then?
Who, Jesus?
Yeah,
I think Jesus was born in Nazareth. He's Jesus of Nazareth.
sure.
Yeah.
He was from Nazareth. Like for example, I'm
He
from
was never
Pittsburgh.
even, he was only, according to Matthew, he was only in Bethlehem for a week.
Yeah. So I'm from Pittsburgh, but I was born in Butler. Right.
Well, so you was born in Butler and lived there for a week and then moved to Baltimore. Which place are you really from?
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why they say Jesus of Nazareth, who was born in Bethlehem. It'd be like saying Ryan of Pittsburgh, who was born in
According to
Butler.
Matthew, he didn't even get to Nazareth until he was a young lad.
Yes. So
So,
he grew up in Nazareth, but he was born in Bethlehem.
well, he
So he's
grew
a
up in Egypt and then went to
he's
Nazareth after Herod the
he's a
Great.
Nazarene. Yeah, he was called out of Egypt, which fulfills another one from Hosea. But that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's fine.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows Jesus is from Nazareth. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, man. Like,
So,
do
yeah.
you understand how close Bethlehem and Nazareth are? Like, do you understand the?
They're pretty close, but not like a stone's throw.
Of course, not a stone's throw, but Mary and Joseph
Well, I
went
mean, it's
to Bethlehem to
a
have the
little
baby.
state in the Middle East. So everything's arguably close to the next place.
Awesome. So, okay, the virgin birth.
Yeah, perfect. So, yeah, in Hebrew it never says virgin, and even if it did, the actual context of this chapter in Isaiah has nothing to do with the Messiah. This is about the
Are you
Assyrian
talking about
invasion into Judah.
Isaiah 7:14?
Yeah.
What does it say?
In the actual Hebrew, it says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Look, the young woman is with child, and shall bear him a son, and shall name him Emmanuel." It didn't say virgin. It said young woman is with child currently, and this is
So it
750
doesn't
years
mention
before
virgin
Jesus.
anywhere in Isaiah, is what you're saying.
Not in Hebrew, it doesn't.
Okay. So
But
are
I'm
you
saying, even if it did,
are you a Hebrew
the context.
are you a Hebrew scholar?
No, I'm just a former Christian.
Okay. So what does the translated version say?
The translated version from the Greek Septuagint says virgin if you translate it into English, but it doesn't even say virgin in Greek necessarily.
It's funny because I mean they believed this before English was a thing, right? So
Well, it was around a long time before then.
it was. I mean the belief in him being born from a virgin was around a lot longer than English language. So
I know, but it didn't come from the actual Hebrew, is what I'm telling you. It doesn't say virgin. It says alma hara. That means a young woman is with child, and like she couldn't have been a virgin because she was pregnant. She was pregnant with Isaiah's son. It tells you that in the next chapter. That's who Emmanuel is.
So do you understand what a metaphor is?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they talk about like the son of David, not actually the son of David, right? He's not actually born. David didn't make him. It's a metaphor for he's part of the lineage of David, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So this is like a metaphorical prophecy. Is that what you're saying?
But maybe most prophecies metaphorical.
No.
No. Okay. Name one that isn't.
No. We're looking at one right now.
Yeah, and I'm giving you things to
Every
disprove.
prophecy about Jesus is metaphorical. There's not one that's not, because you can't use a literal prophecy and get to Jesus. Like, you sadly have to make it about metaphor.
You're telling me that your whole argument, first off, was Jesus of clan Bethlehem, not town Bethlehem. So
what it says.
Like that one. That
I know it's hard to deal with what the words actually say, but it's what they actually say. So
no, it isn't. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
Okay. So Jesus was.
So what's happening in this chapter of Isaiah 7 here? What's the context of Isaiah 7? What's actually going on in this chapter?
You tell me.
Isaiah's talking about.
You are the scholar here. You tell me.
No, I'm asking you what you think it's about. You said that this is a prophecy about Jesus being fulfilled. So what's the actual context?
Well, what is Isaiah 7:14 about if it's not prophecy?
It is a prophecy. I didn't say it wasn't a prophecy.
Okay, well then, what do you mean? What are you asking?
So what do you think it is? What is the context of Isaiah 7? What is happening in this chapter? Why is
Isaiah 7:14 is talking about, it's a messianic prophecy. So they're talking about
No, it's not.
The Messiah. Okay, so
where does it ever mention a Messiah or talk about a Messiah?
Okay, you're right. Every Hebrew scholar we're all wrong. So what do you think it's about?
That's what I'm asking you. I would love if you would actually answer me.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
Isaiah 7:14 is a prophecy. It's a messianic prophecy.
It's not. It's a prophecy, but it's not messianic. If it's a messianic prophecy, then show me where it says anything about a Messiah.
Okay, so who are they talking about then? Like, you go ahead. I mean, what is that? What else would it be? If not a messianic
prophecy. Is that your final answer? This is just a prophecy.
Sure, man. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, absolutely.
So if I'm asking you, what is this chapter about? You just say it's about prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you don't actually know then, do you? Why don't you just be honest and say that?
We're talking about messianic prophecies.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
you are.
What are we?
This isn't a messianic prophecy.
What are we talking about? Okay, please enlighten me. Go ahead.
Okay, well, show me if you think this is messianic. You're saying it is. Show me where it says anything
Who
about a messianic
who were they
Messiah in
talking
this.
about? Who are they talking about?
This is a prophecy to King Ahaz.
And who are they talking about?
They're talking about Judah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So who is that about? So you're telling me Isaiah
It's about
7:14.
King Ahaz and Assyria
Okay.
being safe from Assyria because they're attacking Judah.
Okay. So where does the birth come in? Like where does that fit in there?
It's the sign to King Ahaz. The Lord sends Isaiah to give King Ahaz a sign that says this young woman is with child. And by the time this child knows how to tell right from wrong, the two kings from Assyria who are attacking you are going to have their lands deserted and you'll be safe from Assyria. That's it. That's the whole prophecy.
Was he saved from Assyria?
Yeah, it happens in chapter 8.
All right.
That's why I know that contextually I actually know what this is about. And I know this doesn't have anything to do with messiahs. It's about the Assyrian invasion into Judah, and it comes true in the next chapter. And this child called Emmanuel is Isaiah's son. It has nothing to do with Jesus.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. It's contextually completely divorced from anything the New Testament makes it out to be.
So every scholar that has studied the Old Testament, New Testament, that take that scripture and say this is talking about a messianic figure, wrong.
Show me an actual Hebrew Bible scholar that says this is a messianic prophecy.
Absolutely. I'll send it to you. I'm sitting here on my phone right now.
Send me that. Yeah, okay. Please do, because I know a ton of them and they don't agree with you. They agree with me.
Okay, do you want to give me like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I thought you could just name one if you knew one, but
yeah, dude, because I go around memorizing Hebrew scholar names.
Well, I know a whole bunch of them.
Okay, awesome, dude. Good for you. Give me 1 second.
Well, this ought to be interesting. Let me get ready for this. He's going to Google the name of a scholar real quick because he don't actually know any, so he's hoping one's going to pop up when he Googles it. And then we're going to see what they actually say. Plenty of apologetics on this. But as far as I go, there's no scholarship as far as I know. We'll see though. Maybe it has, you never know. He might pop up with one. Then we can just contend with a bogus Hebrew Bible scholar. Oh damn, we got a few people I haven't even looked in a little while. I'm just doing a casual stream today. What's up? 60 folks in here on the Sabbath. We have a current guest who is doing pretty good in the conversation. It's nice and contentious, just like we like it. He is currently scrambling to find a scholar to back up what he just said.
I love this, by the way. This is like my favorite part about arguing with people like you on live is I'm on a phone. You're sitting there in front of a computer, right? So I have to go into my phone to find what I have.
That's fine. I didn't say nothing about that.
Cool. I'm sitting here and I hear you want to talk shit, at least wait till I'm here.
Well, you could hear me, couldn't you? Yeah, it wasn't like I was saying it in secret. Like
I know, but that's what you people do is while I'm going to find something.
Well, after you get done, trying to show us your Bible scholar. He's sensitive. I'll be quiet while he's gone. Then, to be fair,
I appreciate that.
No problem. Did you find a Hebrew Bible scholar that says this is a messianic prophecy about Jesus?
Correct. Yeah, I'm looking for the Hebrew source because I have the scholar just on a Christian website. So I'm actually trying to find the Hebrew website. I'll tell you. Hold
on. Dude. It's a bad scribble there. And as soon as it gets back, I've got the Hebrew and Google ready to go to search up his scholar here. Whoever it might be, I'm excited to learn. I've never read a Hebrew scholar that says Isaiah 7's a messianic prophecy. And as y'all know, we have some up on the show all the time. In fact, let me send one an invite real quick. Oh, never mind. He ain't pulling up. I was going to send Dr. Joshua invite, but I don't see him on my... Never mind. Doesn't matter anyway. If you stay gone too long, it's going to boot you, or if you stay off the app for too long, it'll kick you after a certain amount of time.
I'm here. So his name is Alfred Van Moore, but I'm trying to find
Can you spell that
like
for
a
me?
Jewish. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to send it to you.
No comment. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just doing a quick stream, by the way, today. I'm going to bust out an hour and a half, just because, you know, that's how I am. I feel like I have to be here at least once a day. I feel crappy now if I take a day off and don't do at least a little bit. So, having some good conversations this morning, though. All right, come on, man. It's been like 10 minutes. My audience is losing over here. Oh, here's a Hebrew Bible scholar right now. What do you know? What do you know? Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. They don't actually exist. Hebrew Bible scholar in the chat. Hey, Dr. Josh. Hey, just out of curiosity, Dr. Josh, do you know of any Hebrew Bible scholars that say Isaiah chapter 7 is a messianic prophecy? Especially about Jesus, I guess. But our guest is currently looking for a Hebrew Bible scholar that says Isaiah chapter 7 is messianic. None that don't have theologically motivation. Yeah. Theological motivation. Yeah. I can't even think of one that apologizes like it's messianic. Don't make no sense. No one that can read Hebrew anyway. R's been gone a really long time. He said somebody's name and then left again. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Google. I think it's about to kick him. He's been gone too long. Or you've got like 5 seconds. You'll have to come back or it's going to drop you. I think at this point he wants to be dropped. I would too, though, probably. It's the yeah, it's possible they just ran. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody takes this long though.
My bad. There we go. We're good. Ephraim Goldstein is the one that wrote the article. I was trying to find a Jewish source on it, but he is a Hebrew scholar who says that it would be foolish to think that that verse does not also to dismiss it as a non-virgin verse would be. I can send you the link right now. Sorry, I was just trying to find the
Just tell me the guy's
actual
name. Yeah.
Ephraim Goldstein.
How do you spell that?
And Ephraim, Ephraim.
Ephraim Goldstein.
Yeah, that's not Jewish. I don't know what is.
I didn't say they had to be Jewish. I just said a Hebrew scholar.
I went out of my way. Here, I'm going to message you the link as well. That way you can open it. Hold on.
He has a master's from a seminary.
Correct.
Oh, there's two of them. It's a married couple there. So they are Christians. They run a ministry. Missionary serving the city of Nahartia. All right. Interesting. We'll look them up. Oh shit, is he going again? Where'd you go, man? Come on back. Let's do some actual talking now. You've been gone for 20 minutes. I don't know what's happening here. What does that say in the mobile? The mobile, are you there?
Yeah. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you one of the Christians or Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
All right, cool. Which one of these topics did you want to talk with us about today?
Let's see. Maybe Jesus was a fraud. Prophecy.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. Do you want me to bring you a verse? And
if you have a prophecy you think he actually fulfilled, yeah, would like to see that. We was just talking about one right now.
Well, the most commonly known one is my God, why have you forsaken me? But there's plenty of ones I could go to.
Where's that prophecy at? You talking about Psalm 22?
Yeah, Psalm 22.
You know that's not a prophecy, right?
Could you explain to me why it's not?
Because this is David talking to God, not God talking through David. That's what a prophecy is. It's when God puts his words in the mouth of a prophet.
Do you believe that...
You can tell just by the language there that's not a prophecy.
Do you believe that David was talking about himself in this, or...
Yeah, it's a lament of David.
But what I would like to ask most is, when does any of this happen to David? I know
in
his
David's
hands.
lifetime. It's being written in first person.
I know David has been. His hands were pierced, but his feet were never pierced. I've heard that little try at it, but this clearly...
Well, first of all, in Hebrew, it doesn't actually say pierce there, but you, like I said, you can just tell by the language and how it's written that this is not a prophecy. It's David in a really bad situation. He says, "For my clothes, they cast lots." That means they're presently doing that. It means they're doing it right now. If this was a prophecy, it would say something like, "For his clothes, they will cast lots." That's an actual prophecy. That's something that's supposed to happen. If you say something was happening, that means it already happened. Like, that's just how language works.
But we know that this never happened to David. That this is...
How do you know that?
Because it speaks in first person. Yeah, it says, my God, why have you forsaken me? For the director of music to the tune of the dew of the morning, a psalm of David. So it was more of a
Yeah, and
song.
then the verse 2 says, "Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest." So was there ever a time that God wasn't talking to Jesus?
Wait, which one did you say?
That's verse 2. It says, "My God, I cry by day, but you do not answer." So this would have had to mean that if this is talking all about Jesus, then God would have abandoned Jesus too.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
That's
that
what the verse says. I mean,
I know, but I'm taking the verse like in the way of Jesus. You feel me? Just to put it in the way of Jesus. But
so do you think there's just two lines in this entire prophecy about Jesus, or do you think this whole thing's about Jesus?
I think there's a couple lines in here that symbolize
Oh,
Jesus.
so cherry picking. Gotcha.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I know. It's pretty sad. Not to mention, one of the lines doesn't even say what you're saying it says.
so far from my cries of anguish, my God, I cry by day, and you do not answer. By night, but I find no rest. Huh. Well, it does say in first person. I will have to look into that, if
Yeah, I
anything.
know. Yeah, this is David talking to God. He's surrounded by enemies. He's losing a battle. He's in really bad. He's in a really bad situation right here. One of many that he was in his lifetime, according to the scripture. But this is literally just David talking to God. He's like, why have you left me like this? I'm surrounded by enemies. It's like they're casting lots for my clothes right now. Like, this is ridiculous. God, you have to help me. That's what's actually going on in this chapter. That's the context of the chapter. It's David crying out to God like I just was. But a prophecy is God's words in the mouth of a prophet. He's giving information that will come to pass in the future. That's why you can tell by the language what a prophecy is. Like I said, they cast lots for my clothes means something is currently happening. If he said they will cast lots for my clothes, that's a little different. It's using future tense language.
All right.
Actual prophecies speak in future tense, like Zechariah 9. It says, "Your king will come to you humble and victorious. He will be riding on a donkey on a colt, the foal." Like, it's using language that is future tense, the stuff that's going to happen. It says, "He will cut off the chariot from me from in the world." He will do these things, not he is currently doing these things or has done.
Well, I'll definitely look into that, if anything.
Cool.
All right, bad bro. Thank you for the little like test, I guess. Like the little test on it.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it, though,
Yeah,
bro.
no problem.
Love it, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, buddy. All right. We got some cues flowing on the Sabbath this morning. That's cool. All right. What does that say? Let's see. I'll give this got a couple people in the queue, but the first one's not loading in, so next we'll go to Alright, let's try the next one here. Oh, there's not a next one, it went away. Never mind. I ain't answering your retarded question. In fact, I'm about to. If you wasn't such a good viewer and commenter of the page here, I'd just boot you, or block you. But thanks for the help in the algorithm. Oh, here we go. We got him back, I think.
Yeah, hello.
Atomic, you there?
Yep.
Yeah, what's up, man? I think I've talked to you before. You were over 18 and a Christian, wasn't you? Or an Israelite?
Yes. Yeah. Christian.
Oh, cool. So what you want to talk about today, buddy?
Yeah, just Psalm 22.
Right, yeah, just talked about that. You got something to add to it?
Yeah, so you were talking about how it's in the first person. but
Yeah.
that shouldn't matter because usually prophets act as a direct mouthpiece for God, so it wouldn't matter if it's in the first person.
It does matter because it isn't God doing the first person talking here like a prophecy. It's David talking to God.
Well, no,
He's asking God the question. This isn't God talking through a prophet.
David is the writer of the psalm. So
Maybe.
God is giving him the insight of what's going to happen.
No, it's not. This is God. This is literally David asking God questions. It says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from helping me for my words of groaning? I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night, but I find no rest.
Yeah,
He's
so
literally talking to God himself.
it's a lament mixed in with a song, but these things didn't happen to David.
Okay, prove it.
Okay, so 22 Psalm 22:18, soldiers gambling for the garments.
Yeah.
That didn't happen to David. That happened to Jesus on
How
the
do you
cross.
know? How do you know it didn't happen to David?
Because it's not recognized by anyone of it happening to David.
It's not recognized by anyone happening to Jesus.
It is. It's recognized by...
No, it's recognized in a couple Gospels. That's it. There's no historical mention of any of these people.
Everyone recognizes Psalm 22 as a messianic prophecy pointing towards Jesus.
Not either. Nope. No, every Christian does. That's it, though. Everybody else can actually read and understand the language this is written in.
So
like in verse 18, it says, they divide my clothes amongst themselves. Like that's literally saying they divide my clothes.
Soldiers
for
gambling
my clothing, they cast lots. That's
for
present
garments.
tense. Yeah, it's present tense. He's saying they're doing this right now.
Yeah, that's not an issue because prophecies can be spoken of.
It is an issue because that's how language works.
Prophets can speak in the first person because it's like they can be...
They're speaking as God in the first person. This is not God speaking as God. This is David talking to God. This is the opposite of a prophecy.
David's not talking to God.
Who is he talking to then?
He's writing this is a messianic prophecy. This is future events.
You can't be serious. This says, my God, why have you forsaken me?
Yes, it's mixed.
He's clearly talking to God, and he's asking this God why he had forsaken him.
Were David's hands and feet pierced?
No, it doesn't even say that in Hebrew. That's another Christian lie.
No, you're getting that from the Masoretic text, which the Masoretic
I'm getting it from
text,
the actual Hebrew, and it doesn't say pierced.
No, you're reading ka'aru, which is from the Masoretic text, which translates to like a lion.
And the word for pierced doesn't appear in any Hebrew. If I'm using an actual Hebrew text, then it doesn't say Hebrew. It says like a lion. Yeah.
Are you aware of the Dead Sea Scrolls? That predates the Masoretic text by 1,000 years, and that reads ka'ari, which means dug or pierced.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
The word for pierced is dakar.
No, it's ka'ari. You're reading
Here, I'll read you an actual... Here, I got a translation pulled up right now in front of my face that actually says what you're saying. It says, for dogs are all around me. A company of evildoers encircle me. They bound my hands and my feet. That doesn't say pierced.
So, ka'ari is dug. They dug or pierced. Like a lion doesn't grammatically...
It doesn't mean pierce, man.
So you think it means...
You're adding pierce to it.
So you think it means like a lion. That doesn't grammatically make sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. It's talking about all kinds of animals all through here. It says, for dogs are all around me. A company of evildoers encircle me. Strong bulls glow surround me. It's literally using a bunch of different animals. So, I mean, lion makes perfect sense. It even says in verse 21, it says, save me from the mouth of the lion.
And you're saying dug and pierce does not make sense when being surrounded by dogs.
I'm saying it does make sense. I'm just saying it doesn't say pierced. The word pierced is not in there. You're trying to add it in there when it doesn't say
I'm not adding it because the original word is ka'ari from the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I just got flagged for something. Can you believe that? Yeah, none of them say the word pierce. That's Dakar. Unless it says
No,
Dakar, it doesn't
it's
say pierce, and the word
Ka'ari.
Dakar doesn't appear.
Ka'ari.
That's not the word for pierce, my
It
man.
is. Okay, dug
It's
then.
not.
Dug? They dug.
Okay, they dug. They dug at my hands and my feet. So what? That doesn't say pierced. It's not talking about a crucifixion. It never was. And
Were David's
lying makes
hands and
perfect
feet
sense.
dug?
Like
Were they
in
dug
these
into?
first few,
Were David's hands and
yeah,
feet
he's
dug
literally
into?
saying they bound my hands and my feet or dug at my hands and my feet. He's saying they're
Did that
doing that
happen to
right now.
David?
Yes. It's currently happening to David in this chapter, in this psalm. That's what it is.
That
It's a
did
lament
not.
because he's in a bad situation. He's having his clothes casted lots for and his hands and feet dug at.
So who recognizes your interpretation as the correct one?
Pretty much anybody without a Christian bias.
And who is that?
Anybody who's not a Christian.
Like who?
Even I actually know plenty of
Atheists?
Christians who don't think
Like
this
who?
is
An atheist?
anyone who's
Are
not
you
a
so?
Christian.
Are atheists more theologically reliable than Christians?
Oh, I'd say so for sure. From my experience, atheists are always far more educated on the actual
So
religion and
the
doctrine. That's why most of us left, because we actually educated ourselves and we didn't like what we saw.
so
Whereas most Christians
Christians
never
who
even read the book.
translated as pierced from the Dead Sea Scrolls, that's wrong to you.
Yeah, because it doesn't say pierced. It's wrong to most every scholar who knows anything about this. This is a full-blown scholarship minority position that this is not a prophecy about a Messiah.
Man, you're just in denial, honestly, if I'm being honest.
No,
but
that's you, buddy. This is
no,
crazy.
you're in denial.
They always tell me I'm the crazy one in denial.
I'm not calling you crazy. I'm just saying you're in denial. That's all. But have a good one, man.
Yeah, great argument. You're in denial and leave. Good argument, buddy. Great one. All right, let's try the next one. They're coming in. Gilgamesh, what's up? What's up, man? Are you over 18?
Oh yeah, I'm 28.
Awesome. Are you a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite?
Oh, I'm a Christian.
Cool. So which one of these topics you want to talk with us about?
I actually want to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I feel like your answer is going to matter. Do you think the Chicago Bears will go to the Super Bowl?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Could give a fuck less about sports. There's actual shit going on in the world we ought to be worried about, not who's going to score the next leading football goal. I don't give a fuck. Grambo, are you there? D. Grambo.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
What's up,
38.
man? Are you
Christian.
38. Christian. Gotcha. So which one of these
And the DG stands for Dollar General, right?
Either that or damn good.
I wouldn't go that far.
Man,
So as
which
far
one
as-
did you want to talk about?
As far as God being unjust, how do you know that?
Well, I know that because he says he does a bunch of unjust things, like punishing the son for the crimes of the father, and basically punishing a whole bunch of innocent people for the crime of one person, and also punishing people with punishments that don't fit the crime.
And is that unjust according to you?
Yeah, yeah.
So
You mean you
Okay,
would consider it justified if one person sinned and a whole bunch of people got punished for what he did?
so here's the way I'm looking at this is I could say something's unjustified, but am I justified in saying it's unjustified?
No, you
know
have
what
to
I mean? So,
actually provide a reason for that. Yeah.
Right. So I guess what I'm getting at is you're saying it's unjustified because I say it's unjustified. So it's unjustified.
No, I
because
just gave you a
circular.
reason. You were listening to me, wasn't you?
Yeah, but that's all just your opinion. Like that's your preference.
It's not my opinion. When someone is innocent of the crime that they are being punished for, that is injustice, not justice.
So let me ask you this. You're saying like there's a standard, and if someone's wrongly accused of something that's unjust.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, how do you know you have the right standard?
Because innocent people aren't getting punished for the crimes of other people, in my view.
So, and you say
In my
there's no
view, it's
God,
never
right?
punishing the innocent is never justified ever. That's injustice. It's the opposite of justice.
So like I guess I'm getting at is you acknowledge there's a good and evil in the world, right?
Sure.
When you say these people are innocent, I'm sorry.
She said, okay, so I sent it to her. She said, bro, how do you
Would that be fair? Like the innocent.
You got somebody
are
that I can
good?
hear way louder than you. You're gonna have to get away from whoever's talking right now.
All right, hang on a second. Let me walk away here. Sorry.
That's crazy loud.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this dang mic.
Oh no, I couldn't even hear you.
No, it's all good, man.
Whoever else was talking.
No problem. Yep. Yeah, it's just my kids.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, so if let's say you committed a crime, say you stole a car, just for example, and instead of punishing you, the government punished all your kids with 20 years of hard labor because you stole the car. Would you consider that justice?
I would have to determine. So you're saying that's immoral to punish
I'm saying
the
it's
kids
unjust,
versus me,
yeah.
right? So
Yeah,
that
they
would
didn't have
then
nothing to do with it, did they? They can't even drive.
right. But my I guess the point I'm trying to make is, how would I understand that's immoral without something telling me other than myself?
Because your kids are being punished for something that you did. They didn't have nothing to do with it.
And why would that be wrong?
Is that a strange concept to you or something? Have you never heard of this?
No. I'm just trying to understand why that would be wrong.
Well, yeah, that's exactly. You seem to be greatly struggling with this when it's a pretty simple concept.
I mean, enlighten me, I guess.
It's punishing the innocent. That's not good, right?
But you'd have to know what's good and evil, right?
The innocent of the crime doesn't mean you're good or evil. It means you're innocent.
And so why would that be wrong, though, if someone else takes the fall for me?
You
Like,
need me
I
to
guess what
tell
I'm getting
you
at is-
why it's wrong to punish innocent people.
Yeah, from your worldview, like we're adopting the worldview of God not being real, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if God's not real, how would I have an idea of what is justice outside of myself?
Well, you could just think about things like, did this innocent person over here deserve to be unalive because of a crime they had nothing to do with? That's all you got to do is ask yourself that question.
But how would that be relevant to how I view justice? Like, let me do this. Let's say I did
Apparently,
commit a
you
crime
have no
and someone-
concept at all of justice in your head. I'm kind of shocked right now.
Well, I'm working from your worldview.
Well, no, you're working from your own worldview that's looking into mine.
I can.
And you're
appeal
asking
to a
me why it's not good to punish innocent people.
Right. This is assuming there is no God.
You can assume there is one. Why is it good to do it even if there is a God?
Well, if there is a God, I understand there is a justice at the very end of life. So, like, let me do this. If you read the Bible, and there's no heaven and hell, would you be more upset?
No.
So it wouldn't change your opinion on it, right?
No, it's bogus either way.
Okay, so then, if let me do this. I'll lay out the way I look at it from my worldview. Is someone like, say, a Hitler? He's going to be dealt justice, right? An innocent baby that is unalived.
If you're a Christian, it makes sense that you don't have a concept of justice because Christianity isn't about justice; it's about belief.
Well, I'm just trying to lay out what I'm going to explain I view justice as.
Okay, do that. Yeah.
Or how I understand things. Lots of unfair things happen in this world. But from the Christian worldview, you have a hope that there's something after this life where evil is dealt with fairly. If there is no God, sure, you can try to execute justice in this world, but at the end of the day, everyone ends up in a grave. So when you pass, when I pass, if there is no God, I suffer the same fate as a Hitler, as a Stalin, these guys like that. So I guess my question is, where's the justice without God?
There's not any justice with or without God in your worldview. There's only justice in mine.
How?
I just told you, punishing the innocent.
But I mean, like,
in your opinion, it doesn't matter what your crimes are. You can spend your whole life being Adolf Schmittler, and all you got to do is repent at the end, and you get to go to heaven. That's not justice. That's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, we could get into that, but
well, we don't have to. I'd love to actually get you on some sort of concept of justice that we can actually hold your God to.
That's what I'm trying to work to. So do you think
if punishing innocence isn't going to work, I suspect there's not one.
Do you think there's justice overall in the world, like a perfect justice? Do you think there could be like a better system
perfect
of it?
Anything. I mean,
so the world is unfair, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Life is unfair. Yeah.
And so, let me do this too. Are you able to bridge the gap of is to an ought?
No.
Like, why ought we execute justice? Why should... So say someone is...
Because we want justice executed punished on us.
But how's it relevant to me?
Us is us. You and me.
Right. But like, say...
You want to live in an unjust world where people just punish whoever the fuck they want for any reason they want?
Well, we've already determined...
Live in a society where we do justice.
We've already determined we live in an unfair world, correct?
Unfair doesn't mean unjust. It just means unfair.
Well, sure it does.
Not
unfair would be unjust.
You're
so let's assume someone unfairly gets punished for something. That would be unjust, correct?
Yeah.
So there we go. So unfair, unjust.
So there we go. Your God punishes people for crimes they didn't commit constantly in the book.
Right, but the thing is we can.
There you go.
Get into God. We can get into God, but the thing is, I'm trying to establish or understand with you is this concept that there ought be justice. See, the thing is like, let's say you're a Schmittler.
It doesn't matter if there ought to be justice. There is justice. We have a concept of justice. We already have that.
And we create that out of our own subjective opinion, correct?
Yeah.
Our own, but it's all relative to us.
Yeah. And I think we can both agree, well, I thought we could both agree that punishing the innocent was never considered justice, but apparently you have a different idea.
Well, I haven't really shared my opinion on that too much right now, but I'm just trying to understand from your worldview how you can claim, other than your preference, you're telling me your starting point is your own opinion, but to me, that's just circular. God unjust because I say he's unjust. God unjust because I say he's unjust.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
No, I didn't say God is unjust because God is unjust. I gave you a very specific reason. That's not a circular argument. So you trying to make it into one is just you now being dishonest.
Okay. So that's like the Agrippa trilemma, right? So you're giving me...
Can we just please get on some actual justice here? This is getting really redundant. Like you dodging the actual point here over and over is getting a little tedious.
I'm trying to understand the starting point from where you can determine
punishing
that
the innocent,
unjust.
Man. That punishing the innocent is my starting point. And you haven't
and why
actually
is that wrong
acknowledged that a single time so far.
Is that objectively
because
wrong?
Because innocent people are being punished for something they didn't do.
And is that objectively wrong?
Nothing's objectively wrong.
Then how is that wrong?
If it was objectively wrong, you would not be a Christian because you would see your God doing objectively immoral and unjust things constantly.
How if there's no objectivity to good and evil, then
there's
how would it be wrong? How would it be wrong that an innocent is treated unjustly.
Because they did not commit the crime they have been punished for.
But that's your opinion that it's unjust.
Yeah, that is my opinion.
So my opinion, or my claim is, or my what I'm getting at with this is, outside of your preference, you can't ground this idea of God being unjust outside of your preference.
Do you think unaliving innocent people for a crime they didn't commit is justice or not?
I think so. Let me do this with your question. Let's say that person
just a yes or a no. That's all you need right now. I'm so tired of running around this subject.
Yeah.
Do you think that's just or not?
Say it again.
Do you think unaliving innocent people for crimes they didn't commit is justice or injustice?
Unaliving people for crimes they didn't commit?
Yeah. Justice or injustice?
From my perspective, my finite mind, I believe it would be unjust.
Okay, well, there you go. So, according to my finite mind and your finite mind, unaliving innocent people is unjust, correct?
Yep.
Wonderful. We agree. So, when God unalives a whole bunch of people for crimes they did not commit, according to you and I, that is unjust.
And why is he wrong?
Because you and I both agree he's wrong, because punishing innocent people for crimes they did not commit is unjust.
From my finite mind, I'm arguing against an infinite mind who knows all.
Oh, yeah. Well,
how
we
am
have
I
our
right that
minds.
would be
I don't
wrong?
have an infinite mind. I don't have access to one. I have no idea what that's even supposed to mean. I have my mind that says punishing innocent people for crimes they didn't commit is unjust, and it will always be unjust.
Let me do this. If you could pull back the veil that is hidden from you, that you could see heaven, and you saw all the innocents up there, would you have a different opinion of it?
I don't know, maybe. If in your magical hypothetical I can magically see something that magically exists, yeah, sure.
So then wouldn't it be possible that from our finite mind, something may look unjust to us, and maybe it is for certain, but
not based on your magical hypothetical, no.
But there's a greater plan that these innocents actually end up in heaven with God. And if you could see into heaven and see the happiness of these innocents, wouldn't that change the way you look at it?
Can you show me that?
I'm just asking. These are hypotheticals. I can't show you that.
I know. You can ask me magical, weird hypotheticals all day. It doesn't mean anything in reality.
Well, here's the thing. You as a former Christian, you once believed in heaven, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're working from, if you understand the Christian worldview, you would understand where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a perspective where I understand that
I do understand where you're coming from. That's why I know it's bogus.
So from my perspective, it's not a hypothetical necessarily for heaven. I understand that these babies and all the innocents are in heaven.
A hypothetical, even if you do believe in heaven.
But from your perspective, all they did was end up in a grave next to Schmittler. So where's the justice?
There wasn't justice.
That's my point.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
How?
I've told you like 20 times right so far.
So in my let's redo this. Let me break this down. So from my worldview, the innocents that are unjustly killed, unalived in this world end up in heaven. In your worldview, they end up in a grave next to Schmittler.
So you're saying that God did them a favor by unaliving the babies because they got to go to heaven?
There is a passage, and I don't have off the top of my head, but there is a passage speaking on the innocents being removed from the world for a future evil that may have been coming towards them.
Oh, I thought, according to Christians, nobody was innocent. I thought you inherited sin.
We are made righteous by God, but all fall short.
Oh, well,
right?
we're all saved then. Oh, so we do fall short. Okay.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusion depending on which Christian you ask.
For sure.
So,
I don't dispute that.
So you're saying the babies get their brains bashed out, but they get to go to heaven, so it's all good. That's justice.
I'm not saying, no, we should actually fight these evils. But at the end of the day...
Well, this is God doing this.
Where?
So what are you going to fight, God?
In the Psalm?
In a bunch of places. In a bunch of places.
Where's that at? Where's this brain bashing you referred to?
Yeah, let's look at that.
I don't have a
couple of
Bible in
tidbits
front of me,
in
so
here.
I will have to
That's all right.
refer to you.
Yeah, I'll read it to you. It's from Isaiah
you.
chapter 13. And in verse 16, it says, "Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses will be plundered, and their wives will be raped."
Now, you do understand that text is a lament, correct?
It's not.
It's not a prescription.
It is. It's a proclamation against Babylon.
It's not a prescription.
It's
It
a
is
proclamation
describing.
against Babylon from God.
It's a lament.
It's...
You disagree? Where's the prescription?
Yeah, it says right here in big old giant letters at the top, the proclamation against Babylon.
What passage was that again?
Isaiah chapter 13.
Let me grab my Bible.
This is the day of the Lord, the day of anger being carried out. It's the Lord's anger that's being executed here. It's his commands that are being executed here, and it says it all explicitly.
And so, hang on a second here. Sorry. I just want to get this in front of me. You said it's Isaiah 13?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's see here. Can you give me the verse too? Okay, yep, I see. Proclamation against the Babylon. Okay. So it's describing what's going to happen, correct?
Yeah, it's describing what God is commanding to happen.
Where do you get the command?
Verse 3.
Okay, thank you. I have commanded.
Yeah, it literally
my
says,
sanctified
"I
ones."
myself have commanded my consecrated ones."
To do what?
To carry out his anger.
So essentially,
And considering this is a bunch of wicked people being punished for evil, I'm guessing these babies don't get to go to heaven.
Hang on. Okay. You still hear me?
Because according to this, they're wiping out every wicked thing that breathes, including babies. Wicked babies.
So you're taking issue with judgment, right?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily
this-
just judgment. It's what's being inflicted here. There's rape and baby murder. They're putting pregnant women to the sword and putting children to the
Proclamation
sword.
against
Born
Babylon. So what do you know about Babylon?
children. I know a lot about Babylon.
Do you think they were good?
They were the same as everybody else, including the Israelites.
So you have let's do this. So if God's executing justice, like you say that the innocents ought to be justified, right? Like there ought to be some sort of justice against evil, right?
There should be proper justice.
What's proper justice?
And unless
here?
you're then going to say these babies having their brains bashed out are evil, you're about to lose this side of the argument anyway.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I know.
Because for one, you've already stated there's no objective good or bad. Right?
Yeah.
So while you read this,
You just think
from
there
your-
is.
From your perspective, see, we've already determined from our finite minds, this stuff looks pretty bad, right? And
Well, I've determined with mine it does. I'm not so sure about yours.
from what you've told me, there is no objective good or evil. And from your worldview, these people all suffer the same fate as a Schmittler. So there's really no justice for it.
I
Right?
agree. Yep.
So overall, God could simply say the same thing you're saying, that this doesn't matter. There's no good or evil. I'm just doing thing because I can. And you're saying this thing wrong because I can. Right?
No, I'm giving actual reasons why it's wrong. Not
Well,
just
no,
like
just-
my opinion, bro. I know y'all are desperate to make this about opinions, but it's opinions
But it is-
based on facts of reality here.
Well, can you ground that outside of your mind?
Yeah, innocence being
How?
punished.
Is that
Innocence
objectively-
being punished. I know
Is that
that's a foreign concept to you,
Is
but
that
holy crap,
objectively
man.
wrong? Is that
No,
objectively
there's
wrong?
no such thing as objectively wrong. Like I said, I know y'all are desperate to make this
So,
about
now-
opinions, just so you can discredit without actually making an argument.
Here's what I always
But
find
that is
interesting. I
quite
don't think-
sad, my man. It's quite sad.
I don't think you guys ever understand this concept. So subjective means it exists via the mind, right?
Yeah.
And without the mind, if it still exists, it'd be objective, right?
Yeah. That's the definition.
So if you didn't exist, would that still be wrong? Let's say, let me do this.
If we didn't
Let's-
exist, no.
Let me do this. If you were the only person, like say there's only 10 people in the room, and you're the only one that is opposed to this, and everyone else is for it, but then you were taken out of the world, would it still be wrong?
It wouldn't to me because I would have been taken out of the world.
So then you see what I'm getting at? You're
Yeah,
only
so if
telling
I'm
me it's
taken out of the
wrong
world,
according to you.
that makes these infants being bashed to pieces okay.
But why is it wrong outside of your preference?
I'm not going to answer this question for the 20th time. So we're going to have to move on to something. I'm getting really, really tired of repeating myself over and over. I know you can't make an actual argument here, so you're just desperate to make it about an opinion. But
No,
this
so
is
my
just
here,
getting
I'll tell you
really,
what.
really
I'll
sad,
tell you what.
man.
Let's do this. So we both agree that we have finite minds, right?
Yeah, we both agreed God was doing unjust shit here. The
we're
difference
limited
is
in
I'm
our-
acknowledging
we're-
that, and you're making excuses.
We're limited in our knowledge, right? We both agree to that, right?
Sure.
And God knows better.
God is imaginary.
God is also an arm of justice, right? And it appears that Babylon is being told they're
Justice
going to
my
be judged.
ass. Justice my ass. If this is
Okay.
justice, then I'm the Pope.
This is why I was trying to define the term justice with you and how you get to it.
Yeah, and I've told you like 30 times so far, but apparently the definition just don't stick with you because you keep asking me over and over again. It's just you just keep saying it's my opinion, even though I'm
But
giving you
here's
reasons.
the thing: is
and
my
definitions.
opinion is God knows better than we do.
Your opinion is
Right.
you agree with me.
Yep. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
I'm right though. See, I'm open to being
It doesn't
wrong,
mean you're wrong either, does it?
but I'm open to being wrong. I
No, you're
acknowledge that there's
not.
something. I acknowledge there's a transcendental that knows better than we do.
Oh, okay. So just take a wild guess. So how does God know better to bash these babies' brains out for something they had nothing to do with than we do?
You're asking me from a finite mind what the infinite mind actually thinks. I don't know.
Well, that's just to demonstrate the point
That's
that
the-
you don't have an answer. You think this is just as evil as I do. The difference is you're willing to forego that in order to worship this awful deity where I'm just calling out injustice where injustice is.
Well, we've already established my view on it, right? That it's possible that these babies ended up in heaven, correct? And if I could
No.
see them in heaven, I wouldn't be too upset about it, right?
Yeah,
what I always find
sure you
interesting
like to
is you
imagine
guys-
that, yeah.
What I always find interesting is I'm assuming you're deconstructionist, but given you were ex-Christian and all that stuff. But what I always find interesting is the focus on the micro things versus the overall
Bashing baby
overarching
brains out
theme.
is a micro thing to you? Just focusing on these mean little parts here where
well,
God's
let me
bashing
define
babies'
micro.
brains to fucking pieces is nitpicking
Let me,
to you?
Yep. So as I stated, what's the macro view?
Of course it is.
with these babies.
Yeah, this is the Christian
What
mind
is it?
on full display right here. Picking out the little
What is it?
things, like bashing babies'
What is
brains
it?
out. Look what
Yep.
these awful heathens do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're the one that's upset about no justice, and here's the thing: if God's judging Babylon, that is
I
then
tend to get upset when people claim that a God is justice when he's clearly not just. He's bashing babies' brains out and having women
Where do the
raped.
babies
and y'all
end
are
up at?
perfectly fine with that.
where do the babies
Y'all
end
are
up at?
perfectly fine with that.
Where do the babies end up at?
They end up in hell. This is the wicked babies.
How do you know that?
Because he's punishing the wicked.
How do you know these babies are
Wicked
wicked?
don't go to heaven. Wicked
How do you
don't
know
go to
that?
heaven, do they? The
How do you
wicked
know
don't
that?
go to heaven, do they? All right.
How do you know that?
All right. You've clearly crashed out enough. So,
Nope.
Is that
You
what
want
we're
to get
going to
rid of
do
me?
now?
That's
Just
cool.
say, how do
man.
you know they're not in heaven? How do you know they're not in heaven? How do you know they're not
You
in
just
heaven?
keep making the
This
claim.
is the dumbest
You
thing
just
I've
keep
ever
making the
heard.
claim, dude. You're just stating something. Why don't you
I'm
back it
not
up?
making the claim, you fucking idiot. You are. You have got, wow. Hey, this will be recorded, buddy. You can come back and watch yourself on my YouTube channel if you like. But that was a pathetic display from you. And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You got some major reevaluating you need to do with your life because that was fucking pathetic. How are you going to sit here and just say, how do you know they didn't go to heaven? How do you know that? I don't even believe in heaven. Like, I know there's not much intellect up there in that brain of yours, but do try to use at least a little bit and realize that you're actually agreeing with me and then trying to press me on a theological claim position that I don't even hold. Oh, what a strange day. Hey, at least we got people to talk to today, though, so I'm cool with that. We'll take that W. All right, let's see. That was the person from earlier, I think. We'll try them real quick and see. We'll try it real fast. Yeah, that was psychotic. I mean, that was actually, I think he was probably pretty normal, but he was like the person that I consider normal, whose brain was like taken over and parasitically chewed to pieces by this ridiculous religion. That's what I'm saying. You can make them agree. They will agree with you every time that this is unjust and evil, and then proceed to make excuses for that, and then act like we are the ones without integrity here. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, but it's just like your opinion, man. It's just your opinion, man. It's like just an opinion. Yeah, it's just my opinion. These babies getting their brains bashed out by your all-loving God is quite evil. You'll see how it is, though. They are desperate to make it about opinions because they can't actually make an argument. So they're just going to say, it's just your opinion, man. It's just your opinion. Even though they've literally heard you give a reason for this. A realistic one over and over and over and over. Says, I'm Jewish and became a Christian by reading the Old Testament. Oh, that's funny. That was a good one. That was a good one there, random comment person. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Kudos to, on that joke. Kudos on that joke there. That was funny. Oh man. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll give it 4 or 5 more minutes and see if we'll get somebody else to talk to, and then we'll play my game some more. I played it all day yesterday, but I never beat it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna be on like every day if I can, and then every now and then I'll take a day off, I guess, if we. That's good for you, buddy. Oh man. Said he became a Christian by reading the Old Testament. That's funny. Oh, maybe we got somebody here. Let's see. Oh, Trod. No, he's a friend.
Hello.
Crusader, what's up, man?
Good, you?
Yeah, doing good. You're over 18 and you're a Christian or a Hebrew Israelite?
No, I'm Jew from Europe. I became Christian by reading the Old Testament. Yes, the Tanakh.
Really?
Why is it so funny for you?
Which part did you read that got you to Jesus?
I give you one. Except from many prophecies he fulfilled, many. One was one of the most unbelievable ones. I give you an example. Daniel chapter 9. There it says, when the Messiah dies, then the prince from a kingdom will come and his army will destroy Jerusalem and or even the Holy Temple. This prophecy was written over 500 years before Christ. And we have even a manuscript. The oldest manuscript is 200 years before Christ written. That's his scrolls. So it was before Christ. And yes, after Jesus died in the year 30, Exactly 40 years after this, the temple was destroyed in Jerusalem too. The Roman general, was indeed, like the prophecy foretold, a prince, because he was the son of at this time, Caesar of Rome, meaning a prince. So this prophecy was exactly fulfilled.
Who was a prince from Rome at the time?
Yes.
Yeah, who was a prince? Who are you talking about?
The general was the son of Caesar, meaning a prince.
What general?
The general who...
Named Vespasian?
Yes.
Vespasian wasn't a prince. He was a mule farmer.
No, the Roman invasion in year 70 who destroyed Jerusalem. Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't by a prince. Vespasian was not a prince. He was a general in the Roman army. He was in fact, he was the first one outside of the line. He was not a prince.
He was a prince.
He was just a
but
general.
But he had another name. He had another name.
No, he didn't.
It's true.
His name was Vespasianus. Look, I got a coin. I got a coin of the player right here. That's his face on a coin right there. That's Vespasian, and he was no prince. He was just a general who rose to power through generalship. His sons were princes because they were sons of emperors, but his father was not.
Yes, Titus. I think this name is right. I think Titus, but I'm not sure. He had another name, not the name you mentioned.
Well, either way, it wasn't a prince. So
I studied this. It was a prince. Even historians said
it wasn't a prince. No, they didn't.
I can assure you this. And the prophecy was fulfilled 500 years after it was told. This is unbelievable. This can't be an accident. If you ask me, or any other persons, or yourself, what will happen in New Zealand in 500 years to the president? How can someone know this 500 years before this happens? Impossible. And he even gave a time when. He said 7
Daniel
times
was only
70
about
years.
200 years before Jesus, but
he said even 7 times 70 years. He even gave a time, and beginning to count when the temple starts to rebuild, the second temple. And this prophecy is also fulfilled.
That still doesn't get you to Jesus or the sack of Rome. That happened.
No, to the destruction of the second temple.
Oh, so it started after that.
You count from the moment they began to rebuild the temple till the moment.
That happened in 536 BCE.
What?
That happened in 536 BCE.
What do you mean now?
That's what it says. Like in Isaiah and Jeremiah. Well, I don't know about Jeremiah. Well, Isaiah says Cyrus lays the foundation of the temples and frees the exiles. That's when this starts.
Yes, and you have this 500 years later, all the prophecies were fulfilled. Impossible to know. So he gave even a timeline. What will happen? When will it happen? How will it happen? By whom will it happen? And even what will be the end? And he even said, I don't know the exact words, but he even said, all of this because the Jews failed. Well, they denied the Messiah. So they lost God's favor. They lost his protection because they denied
Jesus
him.
wasn't no Messiah. He was never even anointed. So
no, he was the Messiah.
Why don't you just call yourself a Christian?
Being Jewish is not necessarily a religion. It's an ethnicity as well. So ethnicity, I'm Jewish still.
So why don't you call yourself a Christian? You follow Christ. If you think Christ is the Messiah, that makes you a Christian.
Most people call Jews who believe in Christ Messianic Jews. But I actually just say I'm Jewish who believes in Christ. But however you want to call me. But yes, Jesus fulfilled many prophecies. He fulfilled Isaiah chapter 53. He fulfilled Zechariah 12:10.
No, Isaiah 53 is not even a prophecy. It's a servant song.
It is about Jesus. Why?
It's not.
I tell you
not
why.
Even a prophecy.
Many Israelites, many Jews, I know Jews, they talked about Isaiah chapter 53 many times. Because this is one of the most beautiful written prophecies in the Old Testament about a servant who bears the
servant
sins,
is
the
Israel.
penalty
It
of the
says that
sins.
like 9 times.
He's a servant who bears the penalty of the sins the humans deserve on himself. By his
read
wounds, they
Isaiah,
will be
right?
healed. And why can't be this Israel? Because if you argue with Jews, they say the servant was Israel, but it can't be Israel because the same prophet said
It
the
literally
servant.
calls the servant Israel over and over again.
Yes, but it can't be Israel. Why? Two
It
details in
can
this
because it
prophecy.
calls it that. It makes perfect
Listen
sense.
to
What
me.
are you talking about?
Listen to me. I explain you. I'm Jewish. I studied this really good. Listen carefully.
Yeah, me too.
Listen to the exact words. In this prophecy, chapter 52 to chapter 53, you'll find two details that clearly says it can't be about Israel. First, it's sinless. Israel sinned all time. Even the same prophet Isaiah wrote
And you know why it says that,
says,
right?
Israel, you sin, Israel, you sin, Israel, you sin. The same prophet. And the other detail is he won't open his mouth. Israel complained.
Did Jesus not open his mouth?
By his crucifixion, he did it willingly. This is the point. He did
opened
it
his
doing
mouth.
willingly and he was sinless. But how can a man be sinless? Well, we have two
What does
prophecies,
verse 5 say?
at least
Hold
two
on a
prophecies that
second.
God will be a
What does
human.
verse 5 and what does verse 5 and 53 say?
I don't have it before me. You have to read it for me.
Oh, okay. It says, but he was wounded for our transgressions, crushed for
Yes.
our iniquities. Upon him
Yes.
was the punishment that made us whole, right?
Yes.
So you know how language works, right?
He bared the penalty of the sins of humanity.
He bared. He was wounded. This is past tense language, not future tense.
Oh, the Old Testament does this actually the whole time. By telling the future, they often say in a symbolic past tense, even in Hebrew, because my father can speak very good Hebrew. He even
So
says
when
that
it says
this is
somebody
all the
already
time in
did
the Old
something,
Testament.
that means somebody will do something.
Exact. Often, not necessarily. Often. You even find this in many literature today.
Well,
I give you an
whatever.
example. So
You're
it can't
bringing
be
up
Israel
stuff that
because
don't
of two
make any
details.
sense, like saying they were not sinless. Like this was a generational.
Well, I give you an
punishment.
example. Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. There it begins also with past, but this is a prophecy because it begins with a son will be given to us, a son will be born. He will rule over the earth. And then he says his name will be El Gibor. El Gibor means God, the mighty one. And then it says, this is why this is messianic. This detail
No, it
makes
doesn't
every
say will. It
prophecy
says
messianic.
for a child has been born to
Exactly.
us. A
This
son
is what I
given.
said.
Exactly. It's past tense
Exactly.
language.
So it's wordly you find it in the past tense, but it doesn't mean it's the past. Why? Because
Listen,
the governance
your
will be
argument
on
is
his
falling
shoulders,
apart
right?
on these. Hold on a second. Your argument is falling apart here. It says, for a child has been born to us, a son given to us. That's past tense.
Exactly.
And in 7, it says, great will be his authority. So they're using the proper tenses in
Which
these
authority?
passages here because it's given two different ones.
No, this is about the same person. Because it says
I
his rule
know,
will
it's
find
one verse
no
says
end.
has been, and the next verse says will be. That's different.
So you just admitted my point I made.
But no, I didn't. I
Do,
destroyed your
yes.
point.
No, I'm Hebrew. I know this.
For a child has been born to us, authority will be given to him.
So you
The
can
child
be,
has
you
been
can't,
born,
you can't make the
authority will
prophecy
be
maybe
great.
more beautiful by talking
You
in
see
this
it
way?
saying the child has already been born and his authority
No, it
will
doesn't
be
say.
great when he gets older.
It is talking about the future. From the future perspective in the future. You don't understand this?
Wow, religion just destroys brains left and right.
Look,
I mean,
why this is messianic? Because it ends with his
This
rule
is about
will
Hezekiah,
be
man.
forever.
This is
Every
Hezekiah.
prophecy
This
that
is King
says
Ahaz's son. It's an enthronement prophecy.
yes, but it's not him because his rule didn't last forever.
This
It can
name,
be
mighty
Hezekiah.
God, Hezekiah literally means these names right here.
No, it does not. Because his name in
Yes,
Hebrew
it
is no. His name in Hebrew, you find it. His names
What
will
does
be
Hezekiah mean?
Pele Yoetz, El Gibor, Abiat, Shar Shalom. This means, wordly, wise
Wonderful counselor, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Hezekiah literally means mighty God. It means the strength of the Lord or the might of the Lord. That's literally what
No, Hezekiah means not the strength of the Lord.
Yes, it does.
But although yes,
you are
I
totally
mean El Gibor does not mean
to make it
strength
about
of the
Jesus.
Lord.
But I'm saying
Sorry,
showing you that
I
it's saying
talked
the
wrong.
child has already been born, and all
Yes.
these titles and stuff
No,
will be
no,
given.
this is about the future, from the future perspective. It is a,
No, the
it is a
child has already
literal
been
style.
born. The authority part is
It's
in
a
the future
literature
because it's a
style, my
child
friend.
that has already been born.
It's a literature style. You find it in the Old Testament.
It's
all
the
time.
style that calls things past tense when they're in the past and the things future tense when they're in the tense, which is what 2 different verses here do. But you're trying to make this all future tense when only
Hezekiah,
part
you
of
said
it
right.
is.
It means strength of the Lord, right? But the name of this
Yeah,
person will
yeah, I
be
know
not
that.
strength of
Yeah.
the Lord. El Gibor means
The
God's
might
the
of God.
hero.
That is literally the same thing in modern terms.
Which word means Hezekiah?
Mighty God.
No, mighty God means El Gibor means God the mighty. Gibor is
That's what the
actually not
name
only mighty.
Hezekiah meant.
No, it's not strength. The mighty. Gibor means the mighty one. Why? Because Gibor is not only the mighty one, but it's also the hero. So that means God the hero, God the mighty one, not the strength of God or the might of God. It's God the mighty. El Gibor. I'm Hebrew.
Okay, fine then. Well, let's take it this way. It says, "Great
And
will
why
be
is
his
this messianic the
authority."
last
Hold
detail?
on. There's
Yes.
it's not it's definitely not about Jesus, whether it's messianic or not. It says, "Great will be his authority, and there shall be endless peace for the throne of David and his kingdom. He will establish it and uphold it with justice and righteousness from this time onward and forevermore." So when Jesus
This is
came,
messianic.
did he bring endless peace to the throne of David?
The throne of David is not the church.
Did
He's
Jesus bring
Jesus
endless
is the head
peace
of
to
the
the
church,
throne
right?
of David from that moment onward?
Exactly. Israel was back in the Old Testament.
That's not an answer to the question, man.
I answer it to you. You have to listen carefully, friend.
You're not
First of all,
answering
why
me.
is this
I'm
messianic?
asking you.
Why
It's
is
just
this-
a yes or no. Did Jesus establish endless peace from the moment he came for the throne of David?
What is Israel now for you? Israel became the church.
Are they experiencing endless peace?
Israel is now the church. Even Paul says it. The true church is Israel.
I'm not
the true
asking you
Jews.
anything about a church, my man. I'm asking you, did Jesus bring peace to whatever the fuck the kingdom of David is?
Yes.
Oh,
The
why
church
didn't you
is
just say
peace.
that?
The church is peace. And he's the head of the,
The church is not
This
peace.
is now
It's
the
called
throne of
chaos
David.
for
Yes.
the last 2,000 years. So everything you're saying is ridiculous.
No, the church actually made many good things. Many
So the
good
kingdom
things.
of David and the throne of David is a church.
Israel, yes. Because Israel was in the Old Testament.
You've lost your mind. Where do these people come? My goodness. The throne of David is a church now. We hear it all, don't we? Anyway, oh my God. I've heard about all I can stomach, I think, for this morning, unfortunately. Because we weren't getting anywhere, man. Like, this is just ridiculous. You're just giving me a headache. You're literally the only person I've ever heard in my life say the throne of David is the church and they have endless peace. Like, what a fucking cope with words. Not to mention, you're talking about past and present tense mattering, and then when I differentiate them between 2 verses that you're trying to give in a single prophecy, then all of a sudden you get lost on it. Anyway, Jesus is good. That's hilarious. Oh, all right. Well, this was technically episode 111, I think. Yes, at least one person there enjoyed you BSing your way through that. That was funny. The kingdom of David is the church now. We all heard it there. That's funny. That's funny, man. All right. Well, guys, I'm going to jump off here for a moment and do a few other things before I have to go work for the day. And I ain't necessarily sure that was a loss for him, but it was just a bunch of BS he was spewing that's completely unfounded. But either way, I don't know if I wouldn't say it was a loss necessarily, even though nothing he said made sense, but it was an extreme cope to make it all about Jesus. Anyway, guys, I didn't even think I was going to be on today, but I felt good this morning, so I jumped on. We had some good conversation. We was on for an hour and a half, so that was a good little show here. I think Mama Bash is still on, so let's jump back over to Mama Bash there and go holler at her. It'll be fun. All right, guys, much later, don't forget, Dr. Joshua Bowen sells a bunch of awesome books that you can purchase and get knowledge like me. Hey, I've barely went through maybe a chapter and a half of this book, and I can sit here and read Hebrew. I know what I'm looking at with the letters and stuff. Like, it's amazing stuff. So y'all could definitely benefit from just a chapter and a half. Gives you immense leg up knowledge on these Hebrews and stuff here. So that's pretty cool. None of Daniel's about Jesus, man. It's typical Christian stuff. But anyway. All right, guys. We will catch y'all. I think I should be back tomorrow. No idea. Not sure. Anyway, guys. See y'all later. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. You're not Jewish, you're a Christian.